Hello, and welcome to SudoKanard. SudoKanard is usually a French-speaking channel, but here is a challenge by Cracking the Cryptic, which is a British channel, and I felt it suitable to do a response video in English. So you'll have to endure my outrageous French accent. So the challenge is to solve a puzzle set by Hugo Schneider, and I've chosen the title Incomplete Irregular Sudoku. So this is the puzzle, and I link the original video by Simon Anthony in the description. And this is a 6x6 Sudoku, irregular, meaning that the regions are not 2x3 rectangles, at least not all of them. And the twist is that it is up to us to find out the outlines of the regions and then solve the Sudoku, or maybe do both at the same time. We see. So first, to solve it, we'll have to notice that whenever two squares are separated by a wall, they must be in different regions. So that's the basic fact. Therefore, the 5 and the 2 here are in different regions. And to help visualize how regions are made, I choose colors. Let's say 5 is yellow, and let's say this 2 is green. So we know that 5 must extend this way, and we see that in this general direction it can extend at most one square. So there must be 4 other squares, at least 3 of the squares in this part upwards, and this one is not available. So we have to continue at least here and at least here. Then will it be this way, this way, this way, this way with 2 squares? At least something is certain: it can't be 2 squares here and here. For a simple reason, that is that in this column there must be a 5. But this 5 cannot be the same color as this one. It must be in different regions. So this is not in the same region as 5. And obviously not in the same region as 2. It is too far away. Now, with similar logic, 2 must expand somewhere. There's at most 1 square to the right, so it must extend here. Expand. Not sure of my wording. So there must be at least those 2 squares, perhaps the 4, and actually we'll see that necessarily the 4 must be with the 2. So how can I see this? Well, let's make an assumption that the 4 is not with the 2. Then what happens? Well, this 4, let's say it's in black, must expand this way, then this way. And yellow must extend this way, and we already know that it can't go there. So what happens? So it can't go there, but if yellow goes this way, then the yellow region is closed, and see, black must continue this way, and this breaks the rule that a region, that same squares in the same region may not be separated by a wall. So this is not the way the yellow region expands. It must be with the 6. So now the black region must expand this way, because, as I said, this cannot be the same color. And then, if it expands this way, then there's a real trouble. There's no suitable color for this one, because this is separated from the rest, and there are already 5 squares in here, so this is inaccessible to any other color. So black must extend this way and this way. Well, that's a lot. What is the issue? Well, the issue is the same as with the 5. The issue is the 4. The 4 has to be somewhere on this column, but it can't be, as all these squares are in the same region as the 4. Maybe this is too convoluted and some other people will have found simpler explanations. But this one works. So, let me remind me what was the assumption. The assumption was that 4 is not in the green region, and this led to contradiction. So by contradiction we proved that 4 is with the 2. That's the thing. Now let's focus on this part of the grid. One of these squares, at least, must be with the 1. One must have at least one neighbor, and both of those squares are separated from the 2. Thus, 1 is not in the same region as 2. There's 2 more colors. Obviously, those ones are too far from those regions. Those must be different colors. Let's say red for the 2 and this kind of purple for the 1. And let's see 2 extends this way. That is necessary. 1 must extend this way. Otherwise, we will have to choose a new color for this square, and the region would have at most 2 squares. That wouldn't work, because this is a different color from 2. If it is a different color from 1, then it breaks. And there's at most 1 square in this direction. Therefore, there must be 3 more squares for this region. That's 1, that's another 1. And we don't know yet whether the additional 2 squares are this one, this one, this one, this one, those ones, perhaps. Oh, I was wondering, maybe it can be disambiguated as early as now. Well, not so sure. What happens if I put them with the 1? How many squares do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then not enough room for the yellow region. And if some of them are green, 1 or 2, it's even worse. There's not enough room for the yellow, the red, and some other color that must be there because they can't cover the whole region. They are not enough. Those regions are not enough to cover the whole region. So this shows that 3 is not with the 1. That's interesting. Now, let's study if 3 can be with the 2. And I show that it is not the case. Let's assume that 3 is with the 2. And then there'll be the same kind of issue with having regions of size 6. So there are 10 squares in here. Obviously, we need a new region because green has at most 2 more. This shades of blue has at most 2 more, and the red has at most 3 more. That's a total of 7. There are 10 squares. Therefore, there must be another color. And actually, we can see the other color different from the red and from this, and from the green. And this one has only two more squares. Thus, it can't go to this square. So there must be another color. And that's the 6th color, actually. Is that 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's not 6. The 6th color will be the one with the 3, actually. But now, how is it possible to do this? Let's think of this square. This square can't be with the green because they are separated by this wall. It can't be with either the one or either with the blue or the red regions because they are too far away. We only have 3 more squares. It's too far away. And there can't be another color because there's only 10 here, only 10 squares. Another color would require 12 squares. So this is, in fact, the same color, that is black. Well, I'm wondering whether this is interesting at this point. Now, how can we fit what we have? There must be 6 and so this one is not red, so it must be either blue or black, not green. If this is blue, then we must, this one has to be black as well. So let's try to link all of these. The only option, actually, if we try to link them this way, then we have 5 more here, but 2 in the blue and 1 in the black. Impossible. Therefore, this must be green. What if we put a green here? Then it breaks because the black should go all the way around. Can't be. So green may not go further. So this must be black, and this connects. But now there's 3 more squares and only 2 available. This can't be red because these ones are neighbors, and we need only 2 more for the blue. So this is impossible. This is kind of not only tricky, it is tight, I'd say. So now we have the contradiction. contradiction that was induced by the assumption that the 3 be with the 2. So 3 must be yet another color, let's say blue. I just hope that this won't clash too much with this one. And we know that there's separation here. And we know that this is a different color. So this has to be the 6th color. And oh, maybe I should choose black for the 3. And this shades of blue for the 6th color. Now we need to rearrange all of this. And the key is this square. Well, actually, we can say once again that this has to be the same color as this one, and this, oh, this could still be with the 3. No, it couldn't. There must be 6 squares, 6 blue squares in this region. If we try to link this 3 to this square, it can be done with 6 squares, but it will leave too little room for this region and too little room from this region. So, and this one can't go as far as this, so this one is blue. And it must connect this way. Well, the final details will come later. I'll focus on this square now. I already said that this square can't be with the 5 because we wouldn't have any way to put a 5 in this column. It couldn't go with this green region. Obviously, there's not enough room. It couldn't go with the 1 or with this region, too far away. That leaves the 2 and the 3. Could it be the 3? Let's try. Let's try and connect this one to this one. We already know that this green, this yellow can't go here. It may go here, but it still has one more square to go, either here or there. If yellow goes there, black will have to do a detour in French, and red is completely blocked. That's impossible. Well, actually, I should say, to be more elegant, that red has to go this way, obviously, to expand this way, and black has to expand this way, and this is without even making this assumption. So, maybe I'm using the assumption. Actually, I'm using the assumption. So black must continue this way, but then, and then this way. And is there enough room for the red? Yes, there's still enough room. But, so the only way to have 6 squares for the red is doing this. No, it's not possible. These ones are different colors. No, that's not possible. So the wrong assumption is that, still very much on the amateur side, it can't be that this is black. So we've ruled out every color except for the red. Oh, why did I put a 2 in this? That's a cross. So this is red. And now there's only one way to connect this to this. Not this one, because those squares would be isolated. Same problem if we try to do this. So we can't go through this square. So it will be this way. That's the only way to connect this to the red. Now this is a different color, so it must be with the 1. We have 5 of them now. What is possible for yellow? Well, actually, yellow couldn't go this way. If yellow goes this way, well, one of those squares will be disconnected from the rest. So that's not possible. So it must go upwards. Now, what is the final yellow one? Yellow square. Is this one or this one? This has yet to be determined. But we now know that this lacks only one square. It can't be this one, because there would be only 5 squares for the black. So this must be black, actually. And this region, no, not this color. This is this color. This region is this way. Well, I should outline it in black, actually. And I outline the region of the 2. Now, how many black must we put in there? Blue still has to connect, and this one can only be blue, because if we extend the black until this square, then there's only 5 squares for the blue. So this one must be blue. And how do we connect? Do we connect? Well, there's only one way. The only way is there. Because there were already 5 squares in the blue regions. So this way, so this is black, and this one is black. That's the only way. Therefore, this is a yellow, and finally, the green is complete. So now, the part that consists in identifying the regions is complete. Now I remove all the crosses to leave room for the digits. So I pause what I'm doing to clean the whole mess. Well, now here I'm back after this very professional editing. So now we are supposed to solve this irregular Sudoku. Let's start with this region, as there are already 3 digits. 5 can't be here, no, there, so 5 has to be here, and the other 2 squares must contain 1 and 3. There can't be a 2 in those squares, not in this one. There is a 2 in this square. In this region, no 2 here, no 2 here, no 2 here. There must be a 2 in this square. 5 and 6 can't be here in this region. They have to be here. So there is a 5 in here, a 6 in here. We need now 1 and 4 in this column. Here it is 3 or 4. That's right. And we see that in this region, those 2 squares must contain the same digits as those ones. We have the 2, and this digit must be the same as this one. And we have to remind that those are twins. Now, 2 is not in those squares, and in this region we must have a 2. It's not in here, it's in here. We now need 1, 3, and 6 in this column. 1 here. This is 3 or 6. Oh, I forgot about this. That was one of the first arguments when we solved the construction part. So 5 can't be here. It must be here in the column. So we can't have 5 here or there. 5 must be here in this row. We still need 3, 4, and 6. Okay, that's 4 and 6 here. 4, 3, or 6. We need a 2 in this row, not here. It's here. I think we have all the 2s. We need 1 or 6 in here. 1, 3, 4 around here. This is 1 or 4. Do we have all the 5s? No. Oh, 5 is not here. It's not here. It has to be here, considering this region. And it was actually the last missing 5 in the whole grid. So this 6 and this 6 show that this is the only possible position for 6 in this column. Then we have a 3 here, a 4 there, a 1 there, a 4 there, a 6 in here, a 4, a 1 in here, a 3 in here, a 6 up there. This now can only be a 4. This is a 1. And the end is straightforward. 3, 6, 1, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 3. And this is it. That's my solve for this extraordinary puzzle by Hugo Schneider. I hope my French accent wasn't too much of a distraction to follow my explanations and my hesitations, obviously. Thank you for watching this video. See you next time on SudoKanard.